And we
Hey,
and we are live. Hi everyone. My name is Kate Hancock. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I'm a Web 3.0 enthusiast. I didn't realize I've been involved in the internet in 1997. Dan, I would blow up
wow.
my college allowance and make sure that I have money to chat MIRC. That's my backstory. How about you?
Well, the funny thing is, I actually used MIRC as well. I was one of the few people in the US, but I used to program computers. So a lot of people don't know this. I went to college for computer science, and I specifically used to program games and software. So I knew about MIRC, and I used it because I was downloading music before Napster existed.
Yes, it's crazy. So we used to use this word ASL, exact location. I was so excited to chat people from around the world. I mean, that was like 1997. Like again, I would blow my college allowance back in the Philippines just to chat. So that's my little bit of background about the internet.
Well, you used to have to spend money to use the internet, right? Internet cafe. Here, we used to get free CDs from AOL, so we couldn't afford to have the internet. So we would just constantly get the free CDs from AOL and basically have free internet.
Yeah, well, we have to pay it hourly, unfortunately. But I remember I was introduced to text messaging as early as 1999. I was texting with my 2110. Remember that phone when it was so big?
With the
It
no,
was
the
our most,
communicator. Yeah.
yeah, communicator. Well, kind of looked like communicator, but not as cool as communicator. But I used text and I could close my eyes. I could text really good. So technology, man. And that's the reason why we're very excited heading towards the Web 3.0 or the metaverse. Dan, back to you.
Yeah. So why don't you tell us, Kate? And I am very excited about this. I was having a conversation earlier, and I'm so excited because I missed so much with internet when Web 1 and Web 2. I missed so many opportunities, and I knew now I am not going to miss out on this coming opportunity. But Kate, can you tell everyone, because this comes up a lot, what is the metaverse?
Well, the metaverse is the internet on steroids. What I mean by that is what is the difference between Web 1, Web 2, and Web 3? So, Web 1 is your boring internet. That's like danrobbins.com. You can read, right? And Web 2, you can read and write. That's your Facebook, that's your LinkedIn, there's some social interaction components to it. You can search. So that's Web 2. Now we are heading towards Web 3.0. Now we're still a little bit behind, but imagine this. The Web 3.0 is way immersive. So think about it. For example, what does that look like in a Web 3.0 with your e-commerce? So think Web 2, when you go shop to Amazon.com, right? So you put everything in your cart and then Amazon will ship it to your house. Now, Web3, guess what? You can be in the metaverse, in someone else's world. There's only one metaverse, by the way. Don't get confused with other different worlds. I call it worlds. That's, I think, for me, there's only one metaverse. It's the internet, right? So, Web3 is you can hang out, for example, the Nike store, right? You can I think they're going to be way more sophisticated where you don't need to have Oculus, but it is an immersive experience. What I mean by that, you can go to the store, you can play around with their shoes, you can talk to Nike's customer service, you can be your own avatar, and guess what? You buy it, they ship it to your house. So, way immersive than a flat website. That is Web 3.0. I hope I explain it really better.
Yeah, no, that was a great explanation because you do hear people say metaverses, which would be like saying internets, and there's really only one. So thank you for that. Virtual worlds, and there's other terms that you can use. So, what are other components of the metaverse?
Well, there's many layers of metaverse. So you have the Web 3 or the metaverse, the Web 3.0, and there's so many components to it? Well, there's blockchain, there's virtual world, for example, the Decentraland, Sandbox, and there's Super World, which I'm very excited. I actually invested the Santorini in Super World, right? So what can you use with the virtual lens? Well, you can actually put content on it, draw ads. So there's other ways, or you can just sit there and flip it in the future. So it's wild, right? But it's exciting at the same time. And I know for a fact that some of this plat of land that looking like a gaming world, I could sell as high as 240 grand, like a plot of land in the virtual world. And it sounds crazy, but it's happening. And then you have the NFT gaming, where I think they're way ahead of time. It's because of Roblox. Their technology is way advanced than the other components of the metaverse. I mean, I have kids. I've been asked to buy a lot of, you know, games. So I mean, my son's playing games. Mom, can I buy this for my avatar? I didn't even know that. I've been paying it for so long, but Roblox, Dan. I mean, you're a gamer, Dad. I don't know what the heck is gaming world. I didn't have that experience. Tell us what it is playing games.
Yeah, well, I think one component that ties into this that we're seeing a lot of popularity is play to earn games, also called NFT games, where you purchase an NFT and that token gives you access to that game. And what happens is within that game, there's tokenomics. Basically, it's almost like its own economy, essentially, where money goes in and money goes out, and players earn money the longer they play due to a variety of things, and that's based on the parameters around that game. Now, the interesting part about that is that can fluctuate with the price of the game might have its own token or cryptocurrency as a whole. So when it's really high, people might make more money. When it's low, people will make less money. And we're seeing a big spike. It's about almost half. So it's around 40% of all players are coming out of the Philippines, which I think is very, very fascinating. So
I think now it doesn't make sense. I'm sure with the drop of crypto and Ethereum, it's probably harder to make money right now. I'm hearing it from the gamers' perspective and investors' perspective. But guess what? There's a whole new world out there. What can you do with NFT games? Well, as an entrepreneur, you just don't have to be a gamer. You can be, a sponsor, or you have this scholarship program for the kids that plays under that, your own avatar as a player, right? And there's a lot of money to be made. I know a lot of people are successful doing that, but it's a whole new world. That's why I can't wait to hear about an expert tonight, which we'll be hearing him in our mastermind under the Metaverse Collective, masterclass. I can't wait to know more the details as far how to really execute successfully when you have a lot of scholars. What I mean by scholars are players that playing under, for example, Axie or Illuvium or some other NFT games out there, which you could make a lot of money. And how you can do is, you can split the profit with the player, and then all these kids are going to be playing anyways, might as well have a win-win. And that's the beauty of the metaverse, right? It's for everyone.
well, yeah. So that's the thing. Whether the game is, if people are earning a lot of money or not within the game, the players, there's still people there, and there's still people that will always be playing games. I never earned any money from playing games, yet I still played games growing up for hours upon hours. So there's eyeballs, there's traffic. And like you mentioned, that's why Gucci Gardens was in Roblox. That's why Nike was there. That's why Nike purchased a virtual shoe company, essentially, right? A design. So there's great ways, and I'm glad you bring that up too. And tonight we have the founder of Path DAO, which has over 1,600 scholars around the world playing video games, but they've moved on than just being the DAO, which is a decentralized autonomous organization. They've moved past that, and now they're doing Path Ventures, where they're actually investing into different components of metaverse related or Web 3.0 related projects. So very excited to hear from him, his perspective. Tell everybody, why should entrepreneurs, maybe non-entrepreneurs, everyday people. Why should everyone be paying attention right now to the metaverse?
Yeah, I think, Dan, we were talking about some layers and components of the metaverse. You have the NFT, the NFT gaming, you have the virtual land, you have the XR, AR, VR, which I think for me personally, it's going to be the bigger part of the metaverse than the NFT. I know NFT is getting a lot of press right now, but in the long run, I think it's the AR and VR and XR will be winning the whole entire universe of the metaverse, right? Games are so ahead. I mean, again, the concept of kids, that's their world, right? And brands are out there. Well, there's the crypto and Bitcoin and the whole of this metaverse. They're embracing the blockchain technology, and what's great about blockchain is it's transparent. Everything is recorded to a ledger. Well, crypto is, you can be anonymous on things, and so I can't wait. I know it's a little bit overwhelming as a listener right now. There's so many lingo out there. There's DAO, there's smart contract, and you need to make sure you learn about community. There's shilling, there's staking. There's just so many, and so it's a little bit confusing. And this is the reason why we created the mastermind for you as an entrepreneur, or as just you're just curious about it. You kind of want to know how to position yourself as an investor or entrepreneur. What can you do right now? Because guess what? In the future, your website's going to be obsolete.
Yeah, they did a study recently that showed 75% of Gen Z have already purchased items in a virtual world, and 60% wish that brands currently were already existing in virtual worlds or in the metaverse. So that shows you, and Gen Z is going to have the buying power here shortly. So this is the future, whether you are having a business in it or not. And I think the great part about the collective, what Kay had mentioned, one thing is our mission is to onboard 1 million entrepreneurs into this space. But the great thing about the collective, though, is that we're bringing people who are doing amazing things in this space. So they have varying expertise. A lot of them are, like, we have this week, he's a professor on blockchain at a prestigious school. We had a professor yesterday who also teaches about DAOs and is one of the leading experts in the world. So there's a lot of people that are talking about these topics that are not really doing them. We're bringing the people that are doing them, that are implementing them. And the great thing about it too, besides just learning and education, is you're having fun and doing it with people. You're building rapport. You're building the collective, where one day you're hopefully, the goal is that you can do partnerships with them. You can find ways to win together, go into business together, invest together. There's so many fun things that we're going to be doing along the way. And as you know, you learn together more than you learn on your own, at least for me.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the beauty of being part of a community, right? So community, when it comes to metaverse, everyone's talking about you can't really launch a successful project, whether it's NFT or NFT gamings, without a community. So think of a community, that's your marketing. You really need a community to rally behind you in every launch, because you needed it. Like that's your marketing. I mean, you need to have a community, and it's actually not easy to build a community. I mean, Dan and I, if you guys are not aware, we are early adopter on Clubhouse, and we created a community of over 100,000 entrepreneurs globally, and that took us a year building that. Because you can have a fake community where it's loaded with bots, but it's really hard and it's a lot of work building together a real and engaging community. So let's talk about a little bit of use cases for XR. We get a chance to talk about Mill Lim, who's that's her business, and she's really building worlds in the metaverse in the enterprise level. And so, the use cases of XR, think about it. The future of work is, Dan, you might be in Europe and I'm in California, and what are some of the use cases of XR or extended reality? Well, we can be in one place working in the metaverse. So that saves your money to build an office, right? You might have different office in the different parts of the world. That's the exciting thing. And you can customize it the way how you want it to be. It looks so beautiful and you can showcase to your clients. And that's the beauty of the metaverse. It's infinite. You can build as much as your eyes can reach, and the technology and design, you can be so creative. So that's one of the use cases of XR. And if you think about it, maybe a grandmother or kids, they can't be together because of COVID, but they can watch a movie together in one place. So there's some, of course, with technology, there's always going to be good and bad, but those are some of the beauty of utilizing metaverse in the future.
I know it's going to bring people together like we've never seen. Social media, I think, did that. Like you said, the internet did that, brought people together, chatting, brought people together in camera, it brought people together on social media. But this is a way that we're going to bring people together on a whole new level. And I can't wait as things continue to progress and get better and better. I know I'm addicted to my Oculus. I never, ever would have thought I'd be using, but I use the Oculus now every day, and I really, really enjoy it. I know a lot of people, they are hesitant or maybe they don't like it, but I think as technology will continue to advance, but really we're at the beginning stages right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And let's talk about use cases. What can you do as an entrepreneur when it comes to in the XR, VR, AR world? So think about it. If you're an artist, right, you can't really handle a million people watching your concert, but with the metaverse, you can build unlimited space. You can have as many people as you want. You don't have to rent this place. You don't have to have security team, makeup artist, because you can just have a concert in the metaverse. Think about it. And if if you pay $300 ticket to the VIP of maybe 5 grand, your experience when it comes to sound is so different, right? Because of the distance, it's just a whole new different experience. But in the metaverse, you can have the same experience.
I was
And
just watching I was just watching a concert, and the concert was using AR. So the concert people were playing on stage, but all the surroundings, you can move your phone in AR, and it was like you're in a different world. And it was very, very fascinating. And I like all, watching all the use cases that are coming out of this now, and the technologies. I mean, it's incredible.
yes, and so then tell us about our NFT.
Yes. So we part of the Metaverse Collective.io, which you can check it out. Go to Metaverse Collective.io. You can see our incredible roadmap there of all the things that we are launching apart. So once you become a member, which all you have to do is mint the NFT, it's really good to mint an NFT because it is fun. It's fun. I've minted many since my first, but it's also gives you the ability to learn, right? You learn by doing. So mint the NFT, metaversecollective.io. It's the water buffalo. So right now it's the water buffalo that you'll get will be the standard water buffalo, but in about 2 weeks, it's going to change. So everyone has their own unique water buffalo. Now,
Okay.
Kate,
Before we do that, we'll tell not everyone knows about NFT. So NFT stands for non-fungible token. So that means you can't change. You can't, if you're the owner, you have a code there, it can't be replicated. So even if someone tried to screenshot your art, you know, you own the authentic one, right? It can't be changed. So I think that a lot of entrepreneurs and brands, as you're hearing it on the news, they're embracing NFT because it's cool, and it not just cool, but there's actually a lot of things that you can do with NFT. It's not just an art. I know a lot of people are making fun of NFT because it looks like, let's say, for example, the Bored Ape Yacht Club, which is our friend was able to acquire two Bored Ape Yacht Clubs. So he owns two of them, and he acquired, I think, early in March 2021, Dan, and he acquired it $850 a piece. And now I'm not sure what's the price with cryptos down. I know at one point it was $240 a piece. So there you go. You can flip an NFT, you can hold it There are some other use cases for NFT. You might be able to sell some merchandise things, or because you own the license of that particular art, right? You can, maybe it's part of a commercial, or a movie. There's a lot of things that you can do with NFT. I really do believe that entrepreneurs, or anyone or any brands, will be embracing NFT even way bigger than what we're hearing now, because technically it's not just selling an art. There's a utility token, a utility that's attached to an art. For example, if you're selling a luxurious experience, you can sell an NFT. If you sell skincare, you can sell an NFT. And then, attached to that art is you can ship them skincare. Whether you sell a mastermind or master classes or coaching. I mean, it just, there's so many things that you can do with your NFT. It's not just an art. And if people are making fun of it because it looks funny, but man, there's a lot of people that we know made a lot of money on NFT.
Yeah, you mentioned it. Bored Ape Yacht Club right now is going for $240,000 minimum. It could be more. It could be worth $5 million, depending on which one. But yes, everyone jumped on the art piece. But there's a lot of companies right now, and there's a lot of place and space for everyone to find different use cases, such as, like you mentioned, what if you're having a concert and instead of selling a physical ticket, you sell the NFT, and the NFT gets them access to the concert. The cool thing is now they have that NFT forever in their wallet, in a digital wallet, so it never gets destroyed. It's always in that wallet, and they can go back and reminisce, and it's something special, unique. They were there at that concert. But it also eliminates people to scalp those tickets like they normally would standing outside the event. You can get a lot more control, you can get royalties, but there's many use cases we probably don't even know. And that's why more entrepreneurs need to be in this space, because there are a lot of problems that need to be solved. This space is not 100% right now. We're so early on that more people come in, more entrepreneurs solve problems. So that's why I'm really excited. Let's get you onboarded, get you involved, get you in front of the experts, collaborate with one another. And like we said it before, our hope is that one person comes out of here with $1 billion company.
There you go. I'm very excited. So let's talk about NFT. Another beauty of NFT is this really gives a chance to a lot of artists globally. For example, we know someone that works for us in the Philippines. We can give him the tools to be an artist for an NFT project. So this really gives a chance for anyone in the world can make a living. Sometimes $300 a month for one person in other parts of the world, that's a lot. So this really give everyone a chance to earn money. And a great thing about NFT is if you're the creator, you have that royalty fee. So every time the items get sold, depending on what you put, as much as, it could be either 5% or 10%, every time that your NFT gets sold in the second market, you make money of maybe 5%, 10%, depending on your smart contract. Dan?
Yeah, there's, like you mentioned, there's so many things. It's like the key. I think of it like the key to unlocking the door. You can buy the NFT now. Maybe that gets you virtual world in a virtual space. We have somebody coming into the collective tomorrow. He's a CEO and founder of a publicly traded company that now purchases virtual world, and he's purchased $1 million from Superworld, $2.5 million from Decentraland and Sandbox. These are all different virtual worlds. And so that's what he's doing, is purchasing this, and it's a publicly traded company. So these people we bring in, I'm curious to understand, what do you do with that? How are you going to make money on top of that? But yeah, the NFT is the way to purchase the virtual world. So there's so many things we can do in this space. And the great thing too is each of these components come together as one. Because to your point, I think a lot of people think Web3, Metaverse, it's NFT or it's crypto. It's not. It's so many different things that Kate mentioned. And, how many components make up the internet? An infinite amount. And how many people did incredible things on the internet? A lot. So don't miss out. I know for me, I do not want to miss out on this.
Yeah, absolutely. And Dan, we're talking about our friends that are making money in NFT. really an amazing from $850 to 240 grand, right? And he owns two of it. There's a lot of people are not making money as well. And as you all know, the NFT, it's all about the hype. It's all about community. So um, really dig down there. Whose community you are supporting. Make sure they're legit people. The beauty and the great things about anonymity, maybe sometimes people don't want to have their own face, right? They don't want to be revealed who you are. So there's a lot of risk involved, just like anything, just like any running a business. Sometimes you win, sometimes you don't. So really do your due diligence, who's behind each project, because you don't want any someone to just rug pull any project, right, Dan?
Yeah, I have bought a lot of NFTs. I don't even remember what the utility was, and I don't even know if they'll ever go up in value. And that might be the majority, right? It was like buying baseball cards or comic books or even art. Who knows if it'll ever go up? But I think a lot of people now is they're buying it not just for the art, hoping it'll go up tomorrow. They're buying it because it comes with some sort of long-term utility. Like you mentioned, it's the access to something else, like the Metaverse Collective. If you buy the NFT or mint the NFT, you get then access to all these different things. That's where I find this is where I think we'll see 2022 will kind of morph into that. Where 2021 was about people mostly in their 20s making a lot of money overnight and people just turning around and selling them the next day. I think 2022 people they're becoming more adverse to that and they're becoming more informed, so they're going to make different changes.
Yeah. So here's the reason why we'd like to invite you to be part of the collective. There's really a lot of lingo out there. It's really hard to learn about all these things, right? So we have a master class that's curated in a bite-sized manner. So it's easier for you to embrace. I know there's a lot of jargon. There's so many terms out there. It's super, super confusing, right? And you'll be part of a community. We don't have to do something, but knowledge is power. I mean, just because you know all these things, it's easier for you to make a decision in the future, right? And so having the community, I think 2022 is a year of collaboration, and that's the beauty of decentralization. Everyone's very embracing and helping each other. Maybe you want to launch your NFT, you don't know how to mint, you don't know how to create your smart contract, or I don't know what the heck is a DAO, or I really want to pay attention of this coin, of this project. What do you guys think about it? So you have a community that really collaborates and asks questions and helping each other. And that's the beauty of being part of the Metaverse Collective. And you have access to our rare NFT. Once in a while, we do put together a wonderful experience, like, for example, a dinner at the French Laundry, which we did last year. So Dan and I has been launching a lot of utility the last few years. We've been hosting mastermind, amazing dinner. So that's the beauty of NFT. So when you're part of the collective, you have access to all those fun events. Maybe you get a discount. PR stuff. Maybe you wanted to be on TV. Maybe you want to be part of our book compilation. There's a lot of things. And yeah, you're hang out with highly driven entrepreneurs. Again, I love this quote from Vern. I think it's okay to be alone, but it's not okay to be lonely. So that's the reason for you to be part of the collective.
Yes, it's so needed. Best thing we ever did was be around other like-minded people, people that are doing other amazing things. And you hit it right there. Maybe you have expertise as in one thing, but you need people of an expertise of another. And so this is a place for everyone to come together, and we all have a common goal, and everybody wants to win together. And so competition is there. Competition will always be needed. However, people that you think might be your competition might be your next best partnership. So there's ways that we can all win together, and that's the whole part of the collective, and that's what we're all about. Collaboration. It's in our DNA. Kate, you mentioned it. We've been doing this for over a year now of giving events, bringing people together. So many collaborations have happened. Mastermind. People have changed their business, changed their mindset, changed their life, and I'm excited to take it to the next level in this space.
Yeah. And when you Dan, we mentioned about mint. Not everyone knows about what minting means. So, can you explain to everyone how to mint an NFT? So, when someone says minting, that means you're acquiring an NFT. So, I know you need to have your own MetaMask. So, what is the first step for them to do in order to mint our Metaverse Collective.io NFT?
So you can do two things that make it simple. Right now, MetaMask is the easiest way. So if you go to metamask.io and you can go there and sign up, it takes a few minutes, put some of your information there, verify some things. After you open this creates your digital wallet. After that, you need to then purchase some Ethereum. Great thing is, right now, Ethereum is very low compared to where it was before. So everything is, less expensive than it was a month ago. So purchase some NFT. I'm sorry, purchase some Ethereum. You can even do it through MetaMask by credit card. I use Apple Pay for mine. You can use a bank account, however you want to do that. Don't forget your recovery codes. Don't share that with anyone. That's very important. Don't
Don't
forget.
screenshot. Don't screenshot. Don't save it to your notes. Write it in a piece of paper. Put it in a Ziploc. Hide it underneath your bed. Don't share it to anyone, please. Dan made a mistake. He screenshot it in his computer. Any hackers can go. Please do not share your seed price. This is unique to you. If someone can get a hold of it, they can wipe your wallet. You don't want to do that. And that's the reason why it's so important. Do not share it to anyone. Don't save a photo in your phone. Do not save it in your notes. Write it in a piece of paper and put in a bag so it won't get soaked. And don't share it to anyone. Dan,
Yes.
back to you.
That's why I don't put too much money into my MetaMask wallet. I keep just enough to purchase the NFTs that I want to or purchase the items, but then I keep the majority into my Coinbase account or other accounts. So let's say you have a crypto.com or a Coinbase account. You can download MetaMask, the same thing before, and you can transfer funds from one to the other using the address. So that's really simple. It walks you through the steps if you do send. If you click the send button, it tells you exactly what to do. But that's really easy. So MetaMask might be easier depending on if you're already into crypto or not. In the future, though, it's going to be opening up. I mean, Coinbase will have their own NFTs, and other companies, even MasterCard right now, will be in the future. So it's great to get in now, learn it, take advantage while Ethereum is at a low for the last few months or the last year. It's much lower than it was even a few weeks ago. So take advantage, and it's very exciting.
Yeah, and I have to tell you guys, you have to be patient while downloading this MetaMask. I mean, I thought I'm pretty savvy myself, but I don't have any patience, so don't throw your computer. Okay, it is a lot of steps sometimes, so you got to be patient, and you need to make sure you have your ID with you because it will ask you as soon as you download. I mean, transfer that money from your bank account to your MetaMask. It will require for your ID, so just have it prepared with you. I know it's a little bit complicated when if you are from a different country. There's way different steps than us living in the US when it comes to transferring money to from your bank account to your MetaMask or your digital wallet. And another advice too is please, if you are in a Discord, do not click anyone's link because you don't want to get scammed. They're very sophisticated. They can replicate someone else's account that looks like your friend, but it's not your friend. Do not click any link. This actually happens to Dan and I while we were trying to mint the Adidas NFT and the whole website crashed, right? And so we tried to twit our experience, and guess what? Someone with an Adidas USA account trying to replicate the Adidas, Twitter account, we almost got scammed. Thankfully, Dan recognized, the English does not sounds good. So we stopped. That guy or whoever that is could technically wipe our wallet. So again, I think it's best for you to have a different digital wallets, which you can create different digital wallets. So maybe one is your NFT. That's a wallet you use for minting, and then create another wallet if you're trading cryptocurrency. So I think you kind of spread it out and don't put everything in one wallet. I think that's very dangerous, scary, because if you make mistakes, you cannot reverse the transaction. So you got to be careful.
Yes, I have purchased from somebody mistakenly clicking on a link through Discord, and I got scammed. Luckily, it wasn't too much. I know people have gotten scammed out of most. So be careful, be mindful, be cautious. There's a lot of great people out there, and like anything, there's a lot of not so great people. So, it's like getting emails from somebody in another country who wants you to send their bank account information. Of course, you're not going to. We've learned that, but in the beginning, people didn't know. So I'm glad that we're talking to people about this. And don't forget, too, there is going to be a gas fee because it's Ethereum. There'll be a gas fee there. So when you're going to purchase the NFT, make sure you make up for what the gas fee is. It'll tell you what it's going to be. If you don't have enough money in there, it'll let you know, and they'll tell you how much the cost is. So that's all you have to do. MetaverseCollective.io. Very excited to have you too. In 1.5 hours, so 90 minutes, we're going to have one of the founders of PathDAO, and we're very excited to have him in here. And yes.
Yeah, so let's talk about gas fees. What is a gas fee? So think of it as you're ordering an Uber, right? So sometimes if there's so many people ordering an Uber at the same time where you are, and guess what? The price of an Uber is so high. So gas fee is kind of like that. And there are sometimes we feel like 3 a.m. is less gas fee than early in the morning when everyone's shopping. So be prepared and don't freak out if you're trying to mint an NFT and the gas fee is so high as 10,000, 100,000. Maybe you don't have enough money in your Ethereum. That's why it looks like that. But again, there's some, Dan, what is that site for you to scan? What is the current gas fees? Etherscan? What is that?
Etherscan.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Check out Etherscan.
you definitely can. So you can take a look at that before you mint an NFT. Then you kind of know how much they require. So I think we did a lot of things today. Hope you enjoyed it, and definitely would love to invite you to our collective. We are very welcoming. We'll make sure we made you feel welcome, embraced, and celebrated. And that is the goal of the collective. Our mission is to onboard 1 million entrepreneurs to the metaverse. Yes, because we all know entrepreneurs are great, and the whole community of the metaverse need an entrepreneur because we're great. We need to have a good balance of artists, coder, engineers, and entrepreneurs. Then we probably could make a better governance. Now we cannot make the same mistakes that we did in Web 2. So there you go. It's all about community, it's all about decentralization. So that's the beauty of the metaverse. It's for everyone. No one controls the metaverse. Even though it's a little bit scary as the big brands trying to acquire a lot of gamings out there. Scary. But
Yeah.
again, wonderful hearing from all of you guys.
Entrepreneurs.
Yes, it's community for entrepreneurs. And if you're not an entrepreneur, that's fine. We welcome everyone. The
Yep.
collective is for everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Really excited. I'll see you in 90 minutes.
Yes, and go to metaversecollective.io and you can DM us if you have any questions or any issues as far as creating your MetaMask. Thank you so much, guys. Bye.